You're watching high school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy. Season's greetings from Fort Wayne. We're a week before Christmas. The game of the night in the Summit City is at Bishop Luers as the Knights host the Homestead Spartans. It's the defending SAC champs against this season's SAC favorite. Next on the Never End Sports Network. Hello and welcome inside Luers Gym for an SAC matchup between the Bishop Luers Knights and the Homestead Spartans. Hi everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm John Nolan, along with the rest of our Never Ends video crew. So glad to have you with us here. Wish you could be with us. It's a mostly empty gym here tonight during the pandemic, but hats off to everyone who has made it possible for this game to be played, game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader after the Homestead girls won on the front half 50-39. And in that game we saw Ayanna Patterson, who's ranked as the number 3 junior in the entire country. We've got a lot of talent to show you here in this boys game as well. On the Homestead side, senior Luke Goody, one of the top guards in the state. He's already committed and signed to continue his career at the next level with Illinois. And meanwhile, Homestead also features Fletcher Lawyer in the backcourt, the junior in his first year in the program at Homestead after his family moved here from Clarkston, Michigan. He's averaging a team-leading 21 points per game so far as Homestead is off to a 5-0 start. And on the other side, Bishop Luers only 1-1 so far this year. They've got D1 talent as well in Naylin Thompson, who's averaging 26 points per game through the first 2 for Bishop Luers that they've split. It's so early here in the SAC season on the boys' side, but our standings are brought to you by PolyPro Concrete Coatings. Homestead, the first of 5 wins in the league so far this season. While for Homestead, or I should say for Bishop Luers, they're a little bit behind schedule, in part because of the great run that their football team had, reaching Lucas Oil Stadium and falling just a point shy of a state title in the 2A championship game. Our starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Indiana Physical Therapy. That dynamic backcourt of Fletcher Lawyer and Luke Goody for Homestead, about as good as it gets. Arguably anywhere in Indiana, maybe even in the conversation for one of the best backcourts in all of the Midwest. Caleb Colpine and Andrew Leeper among the forwards for Homestead. And note, Grant Simmons, a senior leader for this Homestead team, not in the starting lineup. He's been not 100% lately, and so a chance in the starting lineup tonight for Kyron Kaupuiki. He's a sophomore transfer from Carmel. As for Bishop Luers, Naylin Thompson, the go-to guy, his younger brother Nick, a sophomore, trying to give Naylin a run for his money as far as being the most talented guy on this Knights team. Lucas North will be continuing his athletic career at the college level at St. Francis. Johnny Sewell, one of the leaders for the football team for the Knights, and Omari Bates. See on the right side of the screen there, Chris Johnson in his 22nd year as the head coach for the Spartans after he began his coaching career here in Fort Wayne over at Bishop Dwenger High School. 352 wins to his name, one of the most successful and well-respected coaches in the entire state. He's won the SAC Coach of the Year award before, and last year it was Fonzo White who earned that distinction in just his second year here at Bishop Luers, helping to turn this program around after a couple of tough seasons here. Last year, Fonzo leading the Knights to an SAC title, and now trying to defend it. Story for Bishop Luers this year is maybe some people we're surprised at the success that they had last year. You can see in the background a Deshaun Thomas framed jersey collection. You know, back when Deshaun was here and the Knights won a couple of state titles, they weren't sneaking up on anybody, and they're not going to sneak up on anyone again now here this season coming off of that championship. CJ Larman, Matt Sheehan, and Joey Johnson are officials here tonight in front of this small crowd. Really just some members of the girls basketball teams for both sides populating the bleachers on one half of the court, while the bleachers on the opposite end there behind the benches not pulled out. And for that matter, the benches well spaced out. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, it'll be Bishop Luers and Homestead, the defending SAC champs, against this year's SAC favorite. Next on the Never End Sports Network, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top percent nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapist, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Starting lineup set to be introduced here inside of the cozy Luers gym, and mentioned how Bishop Luers last year won the SAC title. They did that despite losing to Homestead a couple of times last year in the regular season, where it counted towards the standings, and then also in the SAC holiday tournament. That was actually a blowout victory for Homestead, winning 69-46. Matter of fact, Bishop Luers has never defeated Homestead, as the record's kept over the last 35 years, Homestead winning all 12 meetings between the two. But Nayland Thompson and company trying to rewrite that story here tonight at home. Thompson, last time out, not only did he put up 27 points, but in the process, he became the newest member of the 1,000-point scoring club here at Bishop Luers, a relatively short list. And while the odds are against Nayland catching Deshaun Thomas, who put up over 3,000 points in his illustrious career here before he went on to star at Ohio State, and still getting it done these days as a pro overseas. But Nayland has a very good chance of climbing all the way up to the number 2 spot over the course of this season, and he definitely will if he continues to put up 26 points per game. This Knights team's got some size inside there with Omari Bates, but otherwise a really hard-working team, one that Coach Fonzo White has enjoyed so far with the time that he's had with them, which has been a bit abbreviated, again, after the Bishop Luers football season went so long, and there are a number of multi-sport athletes on this Knights roster. About half the team or so was part of the run down to state. It's Homestead in the blue, Bishop Luers in the white here at the Lou. We are underway. Luke Goody has averaged 19 points per game, teaming up with Fletcher Lawyer to average 40 a contest. But it's not only a two-man team. There's an offensive rebound and putback for Andrew Leeper, and the junior, maybe under the radar for some, attracting a lot of interest from college coaches as well, including at the Division I level. The Knights turn it over on their first possession. Lawyer, nice bounce pass to find Goody, and it's 5-0 Homestead. A minute in, and it's the Spartans out to the early lead. Homestead so far this season with victories at home against Huntington North and Warsaw. They had a signature double overtime win against Cathedral High School from Indianapolis. Goody with the steal on one end, and he'll head to the free throw line. Last Friday night, Homestead had a decisive win over Bishop Dwenger, 81-55. And then last Saturday night, went on the road and beat New Haven by 30. They really turned things on in the second half of that victory. And throughout their 5 wins so far this year, Homestead has been magnificent at the free throw line. A rare miss by Goody, who's been at 88% this year. And getting to the line at a solid rate. He's now 23 of 27. And as a team, Homestead has shot 86% at the line. North threw that one up. Goody in transition. Nice look inside. And a perfect start for the Spartans as Caleb Colpeen's bucket makes it 8-0 Homestead. Here's Nick Thompson, a key receiver on the football team in the fall. Nelson Kanapke, a standout at defensive end. No good, and Homestead wastes no time. Second chance, it's Colpeen again. Timeout, Bishop Luers. Homestead out to a crisp 10-0 lead a little over 2 minutes in. Well, this Homestead program, no stranger to top talent, including Caleb Swanigan, who starred at Purdue and has played in the NBA. And the talent and the pipeline keeps running through Southwest Allen County. Luke Goody already signed to play at Illinois, while Fletcher Lawyer, a junior, has verbally committed to Matt Painter and Purdue. And what a treat for Homestead this year. Adding to the talent pool as Fletcher's family moved here from Clarkston, Michigan. They have some other relatives here in Fort Wayne, so a great opportunity to be around more family, and especially vital in a year like this. Nelson Kanapke fouled on the way up. He'll head to the line. Speaking of family, the Kanapke family has left its mark here at Bishop Luers over the years in athletics, including with Nelson's older brother Norm, who had the program record for passing yards as a quarterback until that was broken last month by Carson Clark. Kanapke no good on a pair. Contact, but no foul. Kaupuiki left it short. The goal for Homestead tonight to keep Nayland Thompson outside of the paint. It's Nick Thompson for three, a misfire, and Nayland corralled it, but out of bounds. Lawyer on the drive. Fouled.
Foul on Nick Thompson. Fletcher Lawyer to shoot two.
Coach White there, coaching up Nelson Kanapke. In this Luers team with only 2 games played so far, while Homestead in search of going to 6-0. That's the first miss at the line this year for Lawyer, who had started 17 for 17. There's a gritty offensive rebound by Kanapke. And I believe goaltend called there. And after the goaltending, Bishop Luers is on the board. So the Knights still haven't seen the ball fall through the net yet, but the shutout is over. Now here's full court pressure. And needless to say, scoring vital for the Knights, especially as they want to press. Goody, no good. This Bishop Luers team still trying to build up chemistry, not to mention, as they say, kind of get their legs back for the guys who are playing football. There's one to another there. Nick Thompson to Nelson Kanapke. Johnny Sewell with a nice pass. Alan Thompson, no good on the first effort, sticks with it, and he'll head to the line for two. And rather, it's Omari Bates, I should say, will be at the line, getting some encouragement there from Nayland. Omari, the tallest player on the roster for Bishop Luers at 6'5". Both head coaches say that when they evaluate their teams, they know that rebounding is an area of improvement. Neither side exceptionally tall or physical in the interior. Homestead in part makes up for that by being lethal from the perimeter. After the Bates free throw, 8-point game, more than halfway through this first quarter. Lawyer tees it up. He has shot nearly 50% from three so far this year. Kanapke steps outside, knocks down the corner three. That's his first triple of the season. And the Knights ship back to within 5 after trailing 10-0. There's a turnover. Leaper was on the baseline. Alan Thompson, a do-it-all kind of guard for Bishop Luers. Leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals so far this year through 2 games. Nick Thompson, tough shot. Physical inside. Lawyer fouled on the drive. Third foul against the Knights. It's the first on Kanapke. Lawyer showcasing much more than simply a shooter, attacking the basket. And he's a distributor too. Not only averaging the team best 21 points per game, but 5 dimes a contest, 5 rebounds as well. Alan Thompson gets into the paint, sticks with it, but the rebound for Homestead. Lawyer and one. Another one there on Kanapke. Lawyer with a quick 6, and it's a 16-6 Homestead lead. Thompson with the feed, Bates the finish, plus the foul. Well, Nayland Thompson warrants so much attention. They're attracting 3 blue jerseys. And a pretty dish for Bates, who can complete a 3-point play. Friendly bounce. Samari now 2 for 3 at the line. Andrew Leeper gets some high fives. Headed to the bench. These days, a socially distanced bench. The Knights like to pressure. That time, Nayland Thompson, the culprit, his second foul. Something to keep an eye on here with less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Goes without saying that Bishop Luers can ill afford to have Thompson sitting on the bench. Goody, a drive and kick. That was Colpine cutting. Nayland pushing. Pass is stolen. Goody off balance. Pretty off the glass. 6 for the senior. Thompson to Thompson. Another Knights foul as Homestead nears the bonus here in this first quarter. Next foul will put them in a 1-and-1 situation. That was the first foul on North after the missed 3. Final minute of the first quarter. Homestead got out to a 10-0 lead. Lawyer with room. Doesn't miss often when given that kind of space. He's got 6 points without a 3 so far in this first quarter. Difficult shot for Nayland Thompson. That one spun out. And there's the 7th foul here in this first quarter.
His first team 7. Caleb Coleman to shoot 1-and-1.
So it's Homestead into the bonus. And here is Caleb Colpine, a senior. He's 6 for 10 at the line so far this year. No good on the first, but an aggressive offensive rebound and a tie-up. And the possession arrow hands it to Bishop Luers. Couple of chances, no points though for the Knights. Homestead holding for the final shot of the quarter. Goody off the dribble. Homestead not quite prolific from 3 like they're capable of in the first half. But nevertheless, going to the second quarter up by 9. It's 18-9. SAC hoops in the fort just shy of Christmas.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For over 30 years, we've treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. Schedule at any of our 19 convenient locations, even without a doctor's order. We communicate with your doctor throughout your treatment. Indiana Physical Therapy is cost-effective, accepting all insurance plans and networks. We're open from 7 to 7 and can get you in the same day you call. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Well, we told you about how Homestead has at least a couple of D1 guys, and Bishop Luers, well represented talented-wise as well, with Nayland Thompson, the senior, already receiving a couple of Division I offers from IUPUI and Cleveland State, both members of the Horizon League.
Homestead ball to start the second quarter.
Ironically enough, IUPUI was set to come to Fort Wayne this weekend to play the Mastodons. However, due to COVID-19 issues within the Jaguars program, it's now Cleveland State instead that'll be playing here in the Summit City as well this weekend. First possession of the second quarter, and it's Luke Goody with the turnaround jumper, and the Homestead lead back to double digits. Lawyer the steal, but no finish. And there's Nick Thompson showcasing his athleticism and ability to finish. Goody sticks with it, directing that to Lawyer, who buries the three. That's a tough break for Bishop Luers. They defended Goody well, but his length there allowing him to set up Lawyer. Now count it, and a foul, Nayland Thompson. A handful to corral defensively. Homestead trying to put him in a crowd, but he's able to spin his way out of it there. So many great athletes here at Bishop Luers over the years. In the background there, you can see framed jerseys, football jerseys for Jalen Smith, the current star linebacker for the Cowboys after his time at Notre Dame. And then the basketball jerseys for Deshaun Thomas. And Nayland Thompson putting himself in the conversation as one of the top players here in program history. Top of the key three is good. That was Caden Kaupuiki. Brother Kyron got the start. Their family transferring here from Carmel, adding to the talent pool for the Spartans. Nick Thompson in attack mode. No good. Another offensive rebound for the Knights. That was IHSAA, who's a freshman. For Homestead, a pretty experienced roster with almost exclusively seniors and juniors. Kyron Kaupuiki is the only sophomore on the varsity roster, no freshman. Meanwhile, for Bishop Luers, they have 3 sophomores and the freshman. Johnny Sewell's three is blocked by Lawyer. Leaper had the loose ball. Homestead in control, up by 13. Goody throws it down. Nick Thompson, pull-up three. Oh, Luke Goody, so dangerous from the outside, but there, putting it on the deck and then showing off the hops. Nayland with the step back corner three, short. Homestead has been sound defensively. Bishop Luers really unable to get anything easy. There's a leaper on the baseline drive. Kaupuiki had a clean look. Now Sewell pushes for the Knights. Pretty bounce pass. The freshman Zay That pass is intercepted. Goody. Can't get it. Leaper keeps it alive. Nick Thompson tripped. And a foul against Homestead. That was the first on Caleb Colpine. Nelson Kanapke checking back in. Kanapke, as a junior, considered one of the leaders of this Knights team. Coach White really appreciates his high basketball IQ and his ability to be a good communicator on the floor. Skip pass. And the three is good. Timeout, Bishop Luers. Kyron Kaupuiki, the only sophomore on this Spartans team, stretches the lead to 20 midway through the second quarter. Chris Johnson's club perfect 5-0 on the year. Some of those victories have been games in which they maybe weren't firing on all cylinders in the first half and then really picked things up as the game went along. But from the get-go here tonight, they have been outstanding. Another look at the dunk for Goody. Showing some emotion there, too. The senior who's headed to Illinois to play for the Illini next year. And Luke this year going all in when it comes to basketball after last year as a junior, playing quarterback for the Spartans in the fall and leading Homestead to an SAC title in football. But then surprisingly, they did not claim that crown in basketball, but instead Bishop Luers, surprising many, and winning the SAC title last year. Coach Fonzo White certainly has this program on the way up. There's Fletcher Lawyer on the way up. That layup stretches the lead to 22. And for Bishop Luers here, you can see some signs of how they just need some more time together on the floor. Just game number 3 for the Knights. They opened the season with a competitive loss at Leo, a Leo team from the NE8 that so far has shown its ability with 4 victories over SAC schools, including Bishop Luers. That was a rematch of last year's state playoff game. Sewell shot blocked by Leaper. About as fitting of a name as you can get. Andrew Leaper, the junior, whose stock is on the rise. And the stats for Leaper may not jump off the page this season as he plays alongside Goody and Lawyer, but don't let that deceive you. Leaper, member of the Indy Heat, one of the top AAU programs in the entire region, with a great national reputation for that matter. That is a long 2 for Nayland Thompson. 3 on the board, I would have said it's only a 2 as Lawyer, after knocking one down in the last possession, stepped into that 3. Knights in a big hole, but a scrappy team known for giving a maximum effort, trying to fight their way back into this game here late in the second quarter. Homestead maybe as underrated as could be defensively. Goody the spin, and he puts it in. Luke Goody has a dozen. This has been a Homestead group that has been locked in from the opening tip.
Nick Thompson and Gary Vasquez in for the Knights. Quentin Harmon and Kate Monkey re-enter for the Spartans.
Really no easy looks for Nayland Thompson and the Knights. This is a Homestead team that has got a chance to compete for a state title this year. Andrew Leeper, part of the reason why, and one.
Foul Johnny Sewell, his first team
First foul on Sewell.
by Andrew Leeper.
The lefty's first miss at the line this year. Uri Vasquez in off the bench trying to provide a spark. Andrew Leeper taking over. It's now 8 for the junior. Talked about how this Bishop Luers team has a number of football players, and Lucas North will be continuing his baseball career in town at St. Francis. And for Homestead, Goody had been the quarterback as recently as last year, but Leeper, an outstanding baseball player growing up too, as part of the Tin Caps travel baseball program. Fonzo White, a former baseball coach himself. Fonzo previously on the coaching staff at Park Tudor High School, not just for basketball, but baseball too. While coaching baseball at Park Tudor, helped to mentor Micah Johnson, and then went on to play in the major leagues. An outfielder, just like how Bishop Luers has produced Kevin Kiermaier. Nayland Thompson gets coached up by Fonzo White, while Nick Thompson shooting 1-1. Bishop Luers with room for improvement at the foul line. Homestead playing like they're trying to make a statement here tonight. Spartans hungry for an SAC title outright this year, and then some. Late clockwork. Goody kicks. Lawyer. Too strong. And that does it for the first half. Well, even without a few open looks going down, Homestead out to a 30-point advantage here at the break, 46-16 on the road at Bishop Luers. It's high school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors meet.
Polypro is more than some water epoxy spray-on. Our multi-stage process bonds to the surface and carries a 15-year warranty. Polypro is more than just spray and go. We'll prepare, grind, and patch the surface before we start. And Polypro is more than just 1 or 2 color options. Choose from a variety of designer colors and know that we'll leave the site clean, beautiful, and 100% antibacterial and antimicrobial. You want more out of your garage, patio, basement, or commercial space. and Polypro gives you more. Call for your free estimate or to schedule for summer.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top percent nationally.
Are you
Our
getting
staff
any
is
of this?
comprised of certified orthopedic manual therapists, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Hi, my name's Tom Schuler. I'm a senior here at Bishop Luers. Welcome. Let me show you around.
Bishop Luers High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana has become one of the premier academic institutions in Northeast Indiana.
What I like about Luers, well, I like that it's really small compared to other high schools, and I think that's really great because you get like one-on-one attention with the teacher.
Bishop Luers, when I was coming into here, I was a bit nervous just because of everything, but I did come from a feeder school, and I came from St. John's, and it was really just like nerve-wracking because like I was scared that I wasn't gonna meet new people and I was just gonna be like all lonely in the hallways and everything. But when you're coming into Luers, you have to see that it's actually a family. You're not just another face in the hallway. You're like, they make you feel like you're somebody, and they actually want to push you. All the teachers want to see you do your best, and they prepare you for everything that you're going to be looking forward to in the future.
Our students are made aware of what it means to serve others in our community and not just do their own thing. Our students know the importance of reaching out and helping those around them.
The academic rigor at Bishop Luers High School is unparalleled. Students may choose from advanced placement, dual credit, honors and academic classes in a wide variety of areas. Students are given every opportunity to succeed, and the staff work to ensure that students get the help they need to grow and move forward. The faculty are dedicated and committed to ensuring the success of every student. Technology is integrated into learning, guaranteeing that remote learning is possible, outfitting every student with a laptop, and working to ensure every student has internet access at home. If students need special learning support, Bishop Luers has the solutions to help. Athletics is often a critical part of the high school experience, and Bishop Luers has excelled with its athletic programs for decades. Opportunities for athletic participation are great, and many students participate in more than one sport. The size of the school offers student athletes opportunities to play on teams where they can excel and learn the importance of Christian character, conduct, athletic achievement, leadership, and respect for teammates and opponents.
If you look up at here in the gym and you see all these banners, we've got a lot of state championships crossing from girls basketball to volleyball to boys basketball, football, baseball. What Luers athletics has meant to me and to those hopefully in our building right now is that it brings a sense of community, a sense of togetherness.
The arts are celebrated at Bishop Luers High School and extracurricular opportunities abound. In fact, more than 4 out of 5 students at Bishop Luers participate in one or more activities in their high school career.
Here at Bishop Luers High School, as you can see, we're in our newly renovated band room. We have a strong instrumental program. We also have music appreciation, applied music, piano, keyboard classes. We have 3 levels of choir, plus an award-winning show choir.
And while every school claims to have school spirit, the Luers spirit is special and like no other. It's not just a motto, it's a feeling that encircles you with warmth and acceptance. It's a family feeling where all are welcomed, accepted, nurtured, and appreciated. Bishop Luers prides itself on diversity of backgrounds, talents, and interests, and an atmosphere of mutual respect, support, and camaraderie.
Coming into Bishop Luers, you should look forward to a lot of people helping you around. It's like a family here. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone is willing to help everyone. So it feels like home, really.
And it's just easy to talk to your counselors. Your counselors know you by name. All the teachers know you by name, even if you haven't had them as a class, which is really good.
So as you consider where to attend high school, you should consider Bishop Luers. Outstanding academic standards, combined with sports and extracurricular activities, all supported by a foundation of Catholic principles. The experience as a student is special and prepares you to succeed throughout your high school years and beyond.
I would encourage any student who's thinking about coming to Bishop Luers to come and visit. Give us a try. Set up a date for a tour or a shadow visit with another student. Bring your family. We'd love for people to be in our building and to see who we truly are and experience what Bishop Luers is all about.
PT's ranking in the top % nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapist, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Polypro is more than some water epoxy spray-on. Our multi-stage process bonds to the surface and carries a 15-year warranty. Polypro is more than just spray and go. We'll prepare, grind, and patch the surface before we start. And Polypro is more than just 1 or 2 color options. Choose from a variety of designer colors and know that we'll leave the site clean, beautiful, and 100% antibacterial and antimicrobial. You want more out of your garage, patio, basement, or commercial space, and Polypro gives you more. Call for your free estimate or to schedule for summer.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors meet.
.46-15 at the half inside of Luers Gym on the south side of Fort Wayne. High school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy with our producer and director, Doug Ferguson, and everyone else on our Never Ends video crew, John Nolan. So glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Friday night. Let's take a look back here at some highlights from the first half. And it's not all about Luke Goody with Homestead these days. Fletcher Lawyer leading the way with a game-high 16 points, but Goody certainly in on the action as well with a dozen, doing it from the outside and the inside as well, showing off the overall athleticism with the springs right there. That dunk an exclamation point, but kind of a big three for Homestead this year. Andrew Leeper. He's got college coaches watching with a close eye as well. Leeper with 8 points, not to mention the work that he did rebounding-wise, and making things really difficult for Nayland Thompson, who wound up with only 4 points in the first half, while Nayland has averaged 26 points per game. He did have a pretty assist there to Omari Bates, who also had 4 in the first half for Bishop Luers. The Knights are the defending SAC champs. Homestead this year the favorite to win the SAC. The Spartans are ranked 5th overall in the state. They're number 3 at the 4A level, and they are looking every bit of that so far tonight. What can the Knights do, though, now here to try to come back in the second half? Well, that helps to start. Nayland Thompson to the bucket. Lawyer driving and drawing a foul. Fletcher Lawyer, the Purdue commit, has verbaled to the Boilermakers. Not sure if the photo was taken earlier today or sometime recently, but a former Boiler from the Fort, and Raphael Davis, who played at Southside High School and then La Lumiere before going on to become a multiple-time captain at Purdue, who's back in the Fort training some of the next up-and-comers like Fletcher these days. And Raphael shared a photo on social media of himself alongside Fletcher and Luke, saying that there'd be some good Big Ten battles to watch in the future. And there's another board for Andrew Leeper. Lawyer, got it.
Lawyer for three.
Thompson, the step back. Johnny Sewell, scrappy with an offensive rebound. Sewell had some really key catches at wide receiver for the Knights during their football run to the 2A state championship game. For a while, Sewell had been maybe the best player in the state without a touchdown. He had a number of key catches for the Knights all season, just not getting inside the end zone, and then finally did in semi-state and, for that matter, at Lucas Oil Stadium. There's Lucas North from the outside. Well, the Knights so far, who are playing in only their third game of the season, still trying to get those basketball legs right now. Goody. Automatic. Offensive rebound for Nayland Thompson. In the corner. Connects.
Nayland Thompson for three.
Thompson averaging 26 points per game over the first two contests for the Knights. And scary thing is he's got a shot to be a lot more efficient as well. There's Lucas North, who gets 5 in a flurry. But it's 54-25 Homestead here on the road in search of a sweep after the girls won the front half of this doubleheader, 50-39. I love the girls-boys doubleheaders on Friday nights for a good part of the, well, technically we're not quite officially in winter yet, but for all intents and purposes, the winter here in Northeast Indiana. Only thing missing right now is you. But we appreciate you tuning in here, wherever that may be from. And certainly better days ahead for everyone in due time. Foul there on Sewell. Leeper got the bucket, can't convert on the three-point play. Well, there is an outside three for North in the corner. He's heating up. Rebound now for North. Coach White says he loves the intensity that Lucas brings to this team. Good, he wanted that rebound, and he got it. Leeper on the assist from Goody. It's a dozen for the junior. Leeper 6'5", the roster listing him at 185 pounds. He continues to get stronger. Right there contesting that Amari Bates shot and then corralling the rebound. Spartans pushing the tempo, turn it over.
Quinn Hartman and Kia Fleeke for the Spartans. IHSAA also.
Caleb Culpine drawing the foul.
Foul Nick Thompson, his second, team's fourth. Yuri Vasquez re-enters for the Knights.
It's Uri Vasquez replacing Lucas North for Bishop Luers. Goody rejects Thompson. A couple of guys with a lot of respect and admiration for each other as two of the top players in the area. The supporting cast for Homestead continues to step up. Caden Kaupuiki.
Lawyer, his second, team second.
Coach White, the reigning SAC Coach of the Year. He also wins the award for putting in the most miles, in a literal sense, commuting from the Indianapolis area. A lot of time to listen to audiobooks on the daily commute up here to practice. For that matter, sometimes a conversation with family, efficiently handled just over the phone, but it's worth all the miles logged for Coach White. And last year certainly paid off in a special way with the SAC title. Coach White quickly elevating this Bishop Luers program back to title contention. And in the case of Homestead, Luke Goody doing his part of continuing the stellar run for the Spartans. Old-fashioned three-point play here for Luke Goody. He left the free throw short. Over the last few games, Homestead was shooting about 90% from the line. And again, for the season, they're at 86%. For perspective, when you compare that to Division I college teams, that would be about as good as anyone in the nation. Unfortunately, any Hoosiers fans watching right now know that IU is not in that top spot when it comes to foul shooting. And one, IHSAA, the freshman igniting some life for the Knights.
Foul Luke Goody, his second, team third.
Coach White says that Isaac does a great job as a young player on varsity of listening, absorbing what he's taught. He provides some versatility for them as a 6-foot guard.
Amari Bates re-enters the lineup.
Quinn Harmon at the controls for Homestead. The spacing has been superb for the Spartans on offense tonight. It sets up Goody for three. It's great offensive rebound by Fletcher Lawyer. By the way, to point out, this this Homestead team is not even at 100% strength here tonight, as they are without one of their senior leaders in Grant Simmons, who's been a little bit less than 100% lately.
Team fourth of the half. Cedric Green enters the ninth round. Nayland Thompson enters on.
And Homestead perhaps could have Grant back in the lineup tomorrow. This is the front half of a back-to-back situation for the Spartans. Tomorrow night will be a special one, especially for head coach Chris Johnson. We'll have the chance of taking on his older brother at St. Joseph High School in South Bend. And that'll be a game played as part of a showcase hosted by Grace College. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, so it'll be less than a 24-hour turnaround for Homestead. Meanwhile, for Nick Thompson and Bishop Luers, after tonight, some time off, but next on deck for them after Christmas, one of the tougher teams in the state, Cathedral, and that's a team that Homestead vanquished, but not without a good battle. 6-point win in double overtime earlier this month. Omari Bates with that putback. He's got 6. Nayland Thompson, the high man for the Knights, with 9. 5 coming so far in this quarter. But still not nearly enough, down 30. Lawyer is money. Foul called on the floor against Homestead. It's the 6th foul against the Spartans. The next one against them will put the Knights in the 1-and-1 bonus.
His second, team 6.
Nayland Thompson for 3. Bates the board. Good awareness by Lawyer. He could sense the defender being over-aggressive. Nick Thompson, who picks up that foul. And so it puts Lawyer at the line. Great pursuit by Nick Thompson. The shot just not falling for Bishop Luers tonight. Nayland Thompson, all by himself, draws a foul. Nayland and Nick, a great duo here for Bishop Luers. Brothers will push each other to be better. Both hard-nosed guys. You can see that in something of a literal sense there, as Nayland apparently with a bloody nose tonight. That clogged up now. There, the senior dishes it off to the freshman, IHSAA. He's got 4 in the quarter to match his uniform number. Well, speaking of brothers, there's Kyron Kaupuiki, a sophomore who's provided some key minutes tonight, jumping into the starting lineup. And his brother Caden coming off the bench. Well, continuing to talk about brothers pushing each other to be better, Fletcher, like we said, is verbally committed to Purdue. His older brother, Foster, is a junior at Michigan State, one of the captains for Tom Izzo's team. Cal Pawicki had that one knocked away from behind. It stays with Homestead with 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. There's Lawyer up top. Out off of Homestead. The objective tonight for Homestead was to try to keep Nayland Thompson out of the paint. And right there, Thompson got in the paint, trying to bully his way to the basket, called for an offensive foul. Nayland shaking his head, just been that kind of night. That's his third foul. 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Harmon lost it. And that one rifled out of the stage. At the end of the third quarter, it's Homestead 71, Bishop Luers 37. Friday Night Hoops in Fort Wayne.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For over 30 years, we've treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. Schedule at any of our 19 convenient locations, even without a doctor's order. We communicate with your doctor throughout your treatment. Indiana Physical Therapy is cost-effective, accepting all insurance plans and networks. We're open from 7 to 7 and can get you in the same day you call. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
No shortage of championship banners hanging here inside of Luers Gym, including a couple of state championship banners for the boys basketball team going back to 2008 and 2009. That's when the Knights were led by Deshaun Thomas. You see his number 1 jersey hanging below the number 9 for Jalen Smith. Luke Goody, in and out. Homestead still with the starters in. There's a pretty bounce pass, but no assist for Lucas North. Oh, pretty move, and the finish. Hayden Kalpawiki. Three, good, Nayland Thompson. Well, despite the lopsided score right now, these are still, in some ways, crucial minutes for Bishop Luers' group. Only in their 3rd game of the season. They only had their entire roster together for a few days before they played their opener. And so they're a little bit behind the 8 ball when it comes to gelling as a group and becoming cohesive and making up for what they lost last year to graduation. While they are the defending SAC champs, it's not an identical roster to what they had last year. And for Homestead, though, right now, they are clicking for sure. And it's a Spartans team that, just like Bishop Luers, has the championship pedigree. 2015 4A title, won down at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Led by Caleb Swanigan, and well, he had plenty of support as well. Jordan Geis, Ben Skoranek. So many guys who've gone on to become Division I athletes in their own right. And one for Johnny Sewell.
Foul, Caden Kiawiki, his fourth.
Sewell with the old-fashioned three-point play. But a 32-point game with 6 minutes and change to go. Goody with the outlet to Lawyer. The floater falls.
Basket Lawyer.
Nelson Kanapke hit a three in the first half. The former quarterback with the post route. And Lawyers headed to the line.
Foul, IHSAA, his second. Lawyer for shoot two.
Sophomore Devon Doty coming into the game for the first time tonight for Bishop Luers, while Homestead extends its bench as well. Ifani Ezecudo among those into the game for the first time tonight for Homestead. There's Luke Markham, number 42. 34, Grady Swing. Spartans here with a chance to rest up a little bit before, again, it's less than a 24-hour turnaround. And taking on St. Joe's from South Bend tomorrow night at Grace College. Homestead with more action on the schedule before Christmas as well. Looking ahead next week, and a tournament being hosted by Carroll. The Spartans have matchups against Brownsburg and Warren Central scheduled, both on December 22nd, next Tuesday. Chance to tune up for what they can face in the state tournament.
Lucas North, his fourth.
Ezecudo at the line. His older brother Oni, a junior at Pitt. Just again, one of the many products to go from Homestead to Division I, and in that case, be a part of an ACC squad on the rise. But not just athletes, and it goes for both sides here. A lot of tremendous students too, both teams thriving academically. No look pass, Nayland Thompson to Vasquez. And in a nutshell, that sums it up for Bishop Luers tonight. Shots not dropping. This one had been billed as the game of the week in the SAC. Some juice with the SAC defending champs against this year's SAC favorite. Of course, right off the bat, some of the energy sucked out by the fact that it's a mostly quiet gym here tonight. Though the Luers supporters who are here, primarily just the team's bench, can applaud the effort of Lucas North. He's got 11 points and continues to showcase the range. Ezecudo, good for three. Fadi Ezecudo, his first triple of the season. Important minutes for Homestead in a way here as well, trying to increase their depth. One brother in for another, with Kyron replacing Caden. It's only a handful of years ago when Ifani's older brother, Oni, had his role changed during the season. He went from being a player off the bench to becoming one of the key leaders for the Spartans. Max Schultz drawing the foul. Fourth on Nelson Kanapke.
Cedric Reed re-enters for the Knights.
First time Cedric Reed checks in for Bishop Luers. Catch and shoot three. Almost for Schultz. Luke Markham heads to the line. So Homestead came in averaging 71 points per game. They have well eclipsed that here now with 85. It's the most that they have. Second most they've scored in a game so far. Last time out, it was an 86-56 win at New Haven. And now they have equaled that total. And after the 30-point win last weekend, up by 40. Oh, what a rejection. Luke Markham, the junior, making the most of his minutes. Like a volleyball player soaring up to the net.
Mark Taylor to shoot 1 and 1 for the Knights.
But ultimately a foul there against Homestead, and so Mark Taylor is at the line, 1 and 1. And the sophomore sinks the first. First point of the season for Taylor. And maybe even if the outcome right now is not in doubt, certainly significant for an underclassman to gain the experience. Against the pressure, Homestead gets into the open court, and Grady Swing with the bucket. Ezecudo, the steal. Scores it, plus the foul. Mentioned several brother combinations with Grady Swing in for Homestead right now. His sister, Haley Swing, a recent standout for the Spartans girls team, now continuing her career collegiately at Grand Valley State, top Division II program. There's a good putback for Markham, but now a foul against Homestead. aggressive take there for Max Schultz, drawing the foul. Doty going behind the back. Doty, not just a two-sport athlete, but a two-way football player, starting on defense as a sophomore, and also getting his fair share of carries and scoring multiple touchdowns as a running back. Doty with the steal. Count it, plus the foul. There's Cedric Reed.
Lucas Martin. Basket good by Cedric Reed.
Doty in the corner, off balance. Final minute. A late highlight for Bishop Luers on an otherwise tough evening. The Spartans come over from Southwest Fort Wayne and are set to sweep this doubleheader. Homestead won the girls' game 50-39. Taylor no good for three. Tie up, and the arrow gives it to Homestead. But again, big picture here for Bishop Luers. Just trying to kind of get on track here in such a weird year. These minutes on the floor will benefit them in the long run. And the Knights seek to be better going forward as they compete in 3A. Final score, Homestead 94, Bishop Luers 56. We'll wrap things up after this.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top percent nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapist, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Homestead head coach Chris Johnson, center court with Luke Goody. After a dominant road victory here tonight, improves Homestead's record to 6-0 on the season. for Bishop Luers, now 1-2. And the Knights, though, will look to get back in the win column against Cathedral from Indianapolis right after Christmas. And looking ahead at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Indiana Physical Therapy. Note those dates with the YouTube logo next to them, games you can find here live on the Never End Sports Network here on the Never Ends video channel on YouTube. So look forward to the day where Luers Gym can be packed once again, but until then, stay tuned for coverage here on the line. Hope everyone has a healthy and happy Christmas. Thanks so much to everyone behind the scenes on our crew here tonight, including our director, Doug Ferguson, Tim Badgema, and Lana Ferguson, and Steve Wright also in the truck with Patrick Madrid, Nolan Broxton, Bill Shaw, and Andrew Reneker behind the cameras. I'm John Nolan saying thanks, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and so long from Luers Gym in Fort Wayne.